fantastic. We are live.
Yes.
What's going on, guys?
Podcast number 4, week 1.
Interesting week.
Was something. All of us are happy except for one.
I mean, but
I'm also not really happy. I would have preferred you guys to lose, but it hurt. Aaron Rodgers hurt is fine.
yeah, that's true. That's true, especially facing a feisty Vikings defense.
They're pretty good from what I've heard. They're all right.
Right.
Yeah, they're scary from what I've seen.
What are you talking about?
Watch that game. Jimmy G, like,
He didn't know it. He did not know what was gonna happen.
I think they kind of like figured out that they finally like, hey, we don't have weapons.
Well, it doesn't help that Marquise Goodwin got hurt like in the first quarter.
Was he out the rest of the
No,
game
he
then,
came
or was
back
he
like in the
but he
fourth,
was,
I think. But
oh, okay.
yeah, exactly.
I
like,
gotcha.
He was riding the bike for 2 hours to try to unstiffen something.
Unstiffen.
That's
That's
no good.
great.
Yeah, I don't really know. I put him in fantasy this week because I don't think they're gonna have a bad performance again. I hope not. My whole fantasy team's relying on Jimmy Garoppolo and Marquise Goodwin lighting the league on fire.
Oh, do you have both?
I sure do. Yeah, I know. I didn't start either last week.
Oh, okay.
But I
gotcha.
still lost
You checked yourself.
I still lost by 90, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess that was basically my only positive takeaway from week 1.
Yeah, you won fantasy. You beat me.
In one league.
Oh.
Just in the other one, not so much. But yes, at least I won week 1 on one of them.
Brandon, did you win?
Yes, I did. Just barely, by like a point, like 1 point something points. Yeah, Danny Wirtz. I don't know.
Oh,
if he's
okay.
watching
I'm playing
at all,
Boyd this week, and I think we're like both projected to get 116.
I think I might play Todd this week.
You're losing.
And I know he's got a
Yeah, he's
stacked
scoring
team.
like 10,000 points.
But I have James Conner. Didn't play him last week. Putting him in this week, obviously, so maybe gives a little.
Who do they play this week? Why am I asking you that? I have it all right here.
Like I know the answer to. I've been looking at my phone all day.
Oh, goodness, I'm tired, boy.
I want to say the Saints.
No, the Browns play the Saints.
Okay.
Steelers play the Chiefs.
Oh boy. Yo boy.
Uh-oh. The Chiefs are going to start 0-1-1. Or the Steelers are going to start 0-1-1.
Yeah.
Hey, I feel like we should probably
How
do introductions.
hilarious.
I'm Dan.
Calvin.
I am Brandon.
Corrente had Cobb on the bench, missed 30 points. Get wrecked,
I
Corrente.
mean, to be fair, I wouldn't have started him either.
I wouldn't have drafted Cobb. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
right.
But what do I know? I got my ass. I started Dak Prescott and the Chargers D. Fuck. It was a bad week.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. But speaking of bad weeks, let's talk about the teams that underperformed in week 1. I'm going to kick things off with the New Orleans Saints. What in the flying fuck happened?
Is that defense reverting back to 2015
I said it last week that
status?
if they do, like, they're screwed, and apparently they are because they lost to the Buccaneers. Ryan Fitzmagic, ladies
I was
and gentlemen.
about to say, yeah. It's the thing, was that you who said it before, where the games you don't think Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to do well, he does well, and the games you think he's going to do well, he doesn't do well.
don't
The
think
games
I
you
said
need
it,
him to
but-
do well.
Oh,
he
that's
throws-
what it is.
He throws
Yes.
4 interceptions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time. It
Yes.
doesn't matter.
But then when
That's
you're
what
like,
it was.
when you're like, oh, he's gonna get toasted.
Right? Like,
He does
if he
that.
plays the Packers this year, it's like, oh, it's easy. Packers are going to win by 40.
And then we pick him off 5 times.
No, then he scored 6 touchdowns.
Oh, okay. Expectations meet
sets the
reality.
record on you.
I gotcha.
Didn't he tie the record a few last year or the year before for most touchdowns in a game? I think he might have.
I think you might be right with 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly think you're right.
I was like, I'm like, the chair is screaming, but no, Lincoln's just being an asshole right
No,
now.
Lincoln
batting
chose
the
right
ball.
now to bat the ball
He
around.
didn't do it once all day.
No, I saw him slink downstairs.
Brandon, who else do you think underperformed?
Notebook here. Every week. Underperformed. Shoot, I wrote down a bunch of people that overperformed.
I know, I'm flipping it on you.
Chargers, honestly. Chargers, I thought they were going to do really good, and they kind of fell flat
Yeah.
on their face. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was
I get
kind of a shocker, too.
Joey Bosa was out,
Yep.
but should that make or break that defense?
Apparently it does.
I thought they were pretty stacked
I mean, I don't think
around him,
I don't
but
think it was even the defense. I think Patrick Mahomes
just lit it
is
up.
that good. I'm off the Jimmy G train. Full on Patty Mahomes.
God, come on.
I said,
did you see what he did
I
to
know.
a top 8 defense in the NFL?
I know, but I'm just saying. Oh God, now you're on the Jimmy G / Patty Mahomes.
Oh no! I'm off the Jimmy G bandwagon. I'm off.
Okay, you're off the band. Okay, as long as you're.
You were piloting
I
that
used
bad
to be
boy,
the
though.
goddamn conductor.
You rode a bunch of people into the dirt right there. You're jumping ship.
I mean, I might come back. Just save me a seat.
Someone pilot real quick.
Save me a seat. You know. So then in a few weeks I can be like, I've been Jimmy G for days since day one.
Well, now we have it recorded.
Nope.
Just edited.
Goddamn right. It's just gonna be a long beep over this whole section, this whole segment. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, Jimmy G's fine. Like, I think he needs a weapon. I think if they went out and got like Des Bryant, I think that'd help him a lot.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's a great
He needs
idea.
someone like a veteran to throw the ball to. And Lincoln is such an asshole right now.
That's so funny.
Never has he done this when there's people. Oh,
Dude,
okay. When there's like more than one person down here.
Yeah, never.
That's hilarious. He knows. It's a cat.
I don't know if they underperformed, but the Bills.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I didn't think they were. But then again, they started that Peterman guy.
And they
Which-
lost by 44.
Which he
Oh
just-
my God.
Oh, do you not know?
No, I knew it was bad. I didn't know
Oh,
it
the
was
final
that
score
bad.
was 47-3.
Ravens tearing it up.
Dude, did you
Wow.
see all the crazy power rankings now? They have the Ravens as like the second best team in football.
Yeah, who was
Colin
it?
Coward did
Said
it. Yeah.
Said that the Ravens are his dark horse for the season.
I mean, they were
Dark
they were
horse
my
has them at
dark horse
second.
also. Yeah, but I think they're not becoming a dark horse anymore. Like,
I will say, I mean, I would have them taking the division over the Steelers right now.
Of course,
Steelers
yeah.
look bad,
Yeah.
and the Steelers they're underperforming. They tied the Browns, and they should have lost to the Browns. Yes, the Steelers won the toss and missed the field goal, but then the Browns went and fucked up too and punted.
Yep.
And then Big Ben threw a pick on his 5th of the day. And
don't remind me of him and
I
Fade.
know. And
Yeah.
then
Well,
it came down to TJ Watt blocking a kick. Did you know that he had the most sacks? He had 4 sacks last week.
So I so regret, because I was totally on like the wagon of like, I don't think the Packers should draft him. For some reason, I feel like he's just kind of riding his brother's name. Like, I didn't see him do like a whole lot in Wisconsin, and boy, am I kicking myself in the ass. I can't imagine what like the Packers organization is. We could have had him.
Oh, for nothing.
And-
For like a 3rd round, 4th round
and
pick.
Clay Matthews would be gone right now because
Yeah.
that man nearly lost us a game.
I mean, TJ Watt might have won Defensive Player of the Year for you guys already.
It would be wonderful, but you know, it's another one of those misses.
I mean, the Vikings missed
Yeah.
on Aaron Rodgers, and so did the Bears. Everyone, other than 11,
23 teams.
or yeah, other than 9. Yeah, 9 teams didn't. Yep, doesn't that hurt you a little? Hurt you a little bit? Too small, doesn't have a good throwing motion.
Isn't mobile.
it's like when they
Isn't
go to the Tom
mobile.
Brady thing too. Yeah, he's lanky. He's not
Dude,
fast.
he was like a 6th round pick.
Dude,
though.
don't worry, Lincoln
Yeah.
slinked back upstairs, guys.
Good. Goodbye, Lincoln, forever. Who else? I mean, the team that underperformed for me would have been the Lions. I had high. I
God,
had
yeah.
I have
Oh, yeah.
much higher hopes.
Can we also talk about overperforming and
Oh,
the
we'll
Jets
get
there too?
we'll get to that next topic.
All right, I like it.
Okay, so like Matthew Stafford's a good quarterback. We can all agree on that, right?
He drank a bottle
I
of
don't-
NyQuil last night.
Well, did you
Literally.
hear that the Jets guy came out and said we knew every single one of his signals?
Yeah. Wonder what happened there.
Like all the fucking like Sunday, check. Rush. They knew what every single word and every gesture meant.
Does that just mean he hasn't changed it in a while?
Exactly.
Okay.
And you'd think with a new coach they would have
But
changed that.
same offensive coordinator.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. And
They're gonna need to do some changing
I
up.
bet they're totally different next week.
Yeah, definitely.
I bet they're 100% different next week.
I was gonna say it literally was like a video game. You know when your buddy has you figured out where they just cover two
Yeah.
sync every play and they just pick you off short every time. That's what it was looking like. It was looking like Matthew Stafford was
Right.
on repeat mode,
Right.
just throwing pick after pick.
Goes. We have a question in chat. Goes into underperforming. Is Clay Matthews over? Yup.
I think
He's
so.
he's
honestly.
done been over.
He's done.
He's been over since the game highlight footage of 2013 to 2014, 15ish of him chasing down Colin Kaepernick.
I have in my notes here that unless he has like the best game of his career next week, I wouldn't be surprised if we cut him. Honestly, and that's saying a lot because we don't even have depth at outside linebacker.
The issue is that if someone that's in the league for over 3 years gets it's on your roster when you start it, they're owed their whole salary.
Gotcha.
So he's not going anywhere.
Okay.
Well,
That's
not-
a 20.
maybe
That's
not
a
only that,
$26 million anchor.
maybe a trade for a 7th round.
Not only that, Enders, but you just said it before yourself and how stupid the general Packer Nation is. So you'd have to think that it'd also be like a choice of morale where they wouldn't want to like lower the community by being like, wait, we got rid of Clay Matthews, and you'd be over here like, yes, we got rid of Clay Matthews. They'd be like, what the heck? Why?
I do get you there, but we already did kind of one of those moves this year in Jordy Nelson, where
Yeah.
like we kind of showed that as much as we like to listen to our fans, when it comes down to a business decision, we're gonna handle that, you know. And the people like me that actually read the stuff and know what's going on go, yeah, that's understandable. That's maybe not a great move, but it's an understandable
if
move.
you just look at Clay Matthews, like if you just do the eye test on him, he's not as strong, and he's slower, and everyone in the NFL knows his moves. So so what he did best is he would overpower people, run around them, or outsmart them. He can't do any of them anymore.
in his bull rusher spin move, and that's all he has.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally, it's like the same
And the
replay.
bull rush only works if you are stronger than people, and he's not.
And I feel like he maybe spent a little bit too much time in like the weight room at one point and lost like too much of that speed and for too much of that power.
And now he's been
it's-
trying to get the speed back and
yeah,
isn't
now
going
it's
to
just,
the weight room.
and now it's irreversible. Because I looked at some stats for this last game. Clay Matthews 0 pressures.
Wow.
0 pressures, not even sacks.
20,
0 sacks,
26
obviously.
million, 24 million.
0 pressures.
What's his? Is it 24 or 26?
Wow.
I have no idea. It's too much. It's too much.
If I told like 26 million, that's more than Aaron Donald's getting.
And he thought he was going to get an extension.
No, you would trade him for a used vending machine right now.
Yeah.
At least the vending machine would take up more height on the field.
And I really, if we had, I really like, I think it's Reggie Gilbert, who's kind of
Mhm.
coming up behind them. He comes in. He got like, he led us in
Dude,
pressures
the
this last
media is
week.
talking about Kenny Clark.
Of Kenny Clark.
He-
I have that
So
in my notes too.
everyone's they're in.
There's one GIF. I don't think I showed you guys. Someone made a bunch of GIFs of the Packers, and there's one play where he takes like I don't know which guard, throws him to the side, one arms Jordan Howard and stops him. Like it's third and like second, and stops him with like 1 yard. One armed Jordan Howard, and it's like that's
no,
impressive.
you're in.
That is really impressive, especially because Jordan Howard does not go down
Yeah,
easily.
he's a monster.
and you got one hand on him, and
yeah.
you brought him down.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
good.
crazy. Like your interior of your line is insane.
Yeah,
and
him
Nick
and Mike
Perry's
Daniels.
nuts. but
He is the other. Yeah,
but-
he's the other good
but you
one.
have Clay Matthews on the other side. So
Who's
if,
the liability?
if I'm the Vikings, I'm running to the left
That side every
every
time.
Yeah.
single play.
Yeah.
I literally.
Or I'm rolling Kirk because Kirk, for some reason, even though he's a right-handed quarterback, watching him, he rolls to the left, like
Uh,
Russell Wilson,
Like
all the time.
Yeah, the Russell, Aaron Rodgers. I don't care which way I'm not supposed to
where
roll.
it just makes sense if you we're like
Tell me not to do things. I'll do
where like if you're
things.
gonna move the pocket or break the pocket, you normally want to roll to the right so you can throw it.
Throw it.
Like
with-
have a good,
yep.
not have to reset your
Mhm.
feet. But no, Kirk's like, fuck it, I'm good enough to do this.
Mm.
And it's like, I don't know if you are, but oh, it worked.
Yeah. Oh, okay. all
But
right,
I was
you
gonna say,
were.
but Thielen and Rudolph, and just go down those. Okay, yeah.
Diggs making people fucking skirt on skates.
Well, I mean, underperforming, we can just talk about Kyle Rudolph because I don't know who.
Just one target, one catch.
One
One
target,
target,
one
one
catch,
one
one
touchdown.
touchdown.
I was gonna say one
Touchdown,
touchdown
yeah.
though.
I still
Got
count
me
that
my
as-
8
I
points.
still count that he got me my 8 points against you as well. But,
Oh, that's my other league.
But unfortunately, I needed him to get 10 targets, a $190, and 4 touchdowns.
I feel like when you have like literally that many like receivers and that are that
It's-
good,
yeah.
it's so hard to spread
It
it out.
is.
Like you know what I mean? Like or it gets spread out, I should say, because it's like, oh, I could just throw it to any one of these guys.
Well, man, like Laquan Treadwell got booed off the field for the
Did he?
Vikings, but then went and made some good plays.
Okay.
He dropped his like first 2 targets. Yeah, he was over 2 with 2 targets and 2 drops, and then like the Vikings fans booed him off the field because he dropped like a first down. It was
Okay.
third and medium, and he dropped the
Alright.
first down, and no one touched
Fair
him.
enough.
He just dropped it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And so,
Oh.
boo, fuck you. And he came back and then started making catches and shit. I'm pretty
Damn.
sure he scored a touchdown. I think. Don't remember.
I don't remember
Can-
that. No, Diggs did because I.
Yeah, Dig. I mean,
And Rudolph, I know because I watched that.
and we had a pick 6. So that's 21. Yeah, we only had 24 points. So no, he
Yeah.
didn't score a
Okay.
touchdown.
Okay. Good breakdown right there.
Dude, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
Falcons, they underperformed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, so did the Eagles.
Yeah, that was
game sucked.
such a crap shootout. It was bad.
Yeah, Falcons need to get better. I don't understand how they had 15 plays inside the 10-yard line. The Falcons. Well, they had 15 plays inside the 5-yard line.
Don't they miss Tony?
But
Every day of their
but
life.
they have Julio.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Well, they never target him in the red zone.
No, they do.
See, and they
Matt
probably
Ryan doesn't know how to throw a goddamn fade.
yeah,
It's like normally like Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, all these great quarterbacks. Well, it's not even that. They have a move. They have them and the wide receiver that they want to throw to inside the 5 have a move. It's for the Packers. It's that fucking quick slant.
Yep.
And it works every goddamn time. How many touchdowns have Randall Cobb or Jordy
Oh,
score
gosh.
from inside 5 yards?
It's timeless.
There's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing.
Or they have the Devontae Adams fade. That
Yep.
works too. And now
Mhm.
I'm sure it's going to be Jimmy Graham in the back of the end zone. But Matt Ryan doesn't have that. He doesn't have that. Like they don't have him and the best receiver in football don't have a move, a guaranteed touchdown move. How? He has a
have no idea.
90-foot catch radius. You could throw it at
90.
the top of the field goal post and he'd go get it. Like,
He'd find a way to get the elevation.
it doesn't make sense. And if you have 15 plays inside the 5 and you only come away with 3 points, 15 plays,
Yeah,
3 points, and
you're right.
and someone who will remain unnamed, Brian F, the only Falcons fan that we know, blamed the referees for taking away the catch that they ruled Julio was out of bounds for when he landed. It was like a 55-yard gain. Blamed that play for why they lost, but not the 15 plays inside the 5-yard line. And yeah, I mean, I normally only thought that Packer fans did that stuff, but no, just uneducated fans just do that everywhere in general.
Every fandom has it.
No, dude, that one play would have changed the game. But what about all of these plays? Like you went 3 and out like 4 times. Nope. One play. I'm like, okay, but like that one play where like what happened? The Eagles got screwed on calls too.
Yeah.
Yep. Because we still don't know what a catch is.
That was the whole off season.
Yeah, and we still
Oh yeah,
don't know.
underperforming. The refs.
Yeah, big shout out to the refs for
Thanks, zebras. You guys were great.
Not ejecting Clay Matthews too. Like
Not even he didn't.
yeah,
even get a, he
I
didn't
haven't
get a
even
fine.
seen that.
he didn't.
He didn't even get a fine. He should
feel
be.
like
he
I've-
should be suspended.
Even I saw that and I was like, ew, that was Clay. What
If-
are you
if-
doing?
if-
That's dirty.
Who if Khalil Mack did that to Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, there would be you.
Khalil Mack would be in the CFL right now.
Be like a
He'd be
2-game
gone.
suspension
Roger
for
Goodell would be
sure.
like, "Hey, go fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of here. Go to the CFL." And
My God.
like,
But no, it's Mitchell. So fucking
yeah, right. It's
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
Chewy
he's a
Tuesdays.
young tuck. He can take
He
it.
can take
Yeah,
it.
that's why Clay Matthews put his helmet at his brain stem.
I literally
was-
have not seen this hit yet.
Dude, and it's like,
Oh yeah,
God.
you
I left-
went
I-
on your walk.
For the viewers who don't know at home, I'm a Bears fan, obviously, and I left when Kyle Fuller dropped the basically
No,
game-winning
it
pick
was the
six.
game-winning pick.
Yeah, the game-winning
sealer,
pick
for
six.
sure.
It wasn't even a
game
pick
sealer.
six. Just the pick would have won the game.
Oh, I know, but it would have been a 6 as well.
Oh yeah.
So when he dropped that, I walked upstairs because I told them I'd seen this song and dance 1.3 million times, and Kyle Fuller drops the pass, and these guys will tell you I left my phone here and I started my walk of thinking because I knew it was over. And sure enough, what, one play later, 2 plays later, is a 75-yard pass or whatever.
I mean, other
Packer Nation
other
every time.
underperformer of the week, the entire Bears organization.
yeah, we
um,
really in total Atlanta Falcons mode there.
I just got to break something down for you. Okay,
melted
so
down.
You guys were inside the 20, I believe, maybe the 15, and it was 4th and 1,
Yep.
and you guys were up by 3 points,
Yep.
and you guys kicked the field goal to go up by 6. 6 doesn't do anything for you.
No, and
Because-
I said that too. I was like, exactly.
Like
It's Aaron
against
Rodgers.
Other quarterbacks,
Yeah, right. Where they
it
will,
might mean
where
it,
where
but
they'll be like, oh, all we gotta do is get a field goal. Shit, now we gotta score a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers never settles for a field goal.
oh, he's always thinking 7.
But like, it's not even that. Where so you're up by 3. You can either be up by 6 and make them have to get a touchdown, or you can get a first down and ice the entire game, or score a touchdown and win the game.
I know, like literally.
Any other option would have been better. Hell, throwing an interception on the 1-yard line would have been better. Like, punt it to the 1 from the 10. Who cares? Like, any of those options would have been better. They did. I don't know if Nagy just was nervous, but it seemed like he did not know. At least in the second half, it seemed like he had no idea what the fuck he was doing. You can't get outscored 24 to 3.5 and expect to win.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, what
it's
happened?
it's very interesting. When he went on his like press conference like another day later after like watching the game footage from that night, he's like, I do now obviously in hindsight see a lot of my mistakes. So I mean, what I really like about the guy is he might not be the best coach, but he seems like such a genuine guy that like I
Well,
could
and-
totally take his word for what he says, and like when he says something like and it works out, it's like, oh, okay, this guy actually,
But,
you know.
but unfortunately, you can like him. You know,
Right.
I like Hugh Jackson in Cleveland. Not a good football coach.
Oh right, yeah,
you
no,
know,
exactly. I know
but,
what
like,
you mean, but
and,
I
like-
think he has the qualities. I think that whole first half like proved that he could do it. It just
Oh, yeah.
needs to maintain.
No, but like Bill Belichick, one of the most unliked people ever. Best coach in NFL history. Nick Saban, one of the most unliked people ever. Best college football coach in NCAA history. You know, maybe being the good guy doesn't work. But the Lions are apparently revolting against Matt Patricia because he's implementing the same rules that are implemented in New England in Detroit, and the veteran players are like, hey, go fuck yourself. We're not going to do that. And
What rules are we
like
speaking of?
like no music in the locker room, no pictures in the locker room. You have to be you have to be at the practice facility at like 6 a.m. some shit.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, it
I know
like
they've-
that's how New England gets ran.
Well, they've been worked out. Report that said several players said that they would not be surprised if they lost week 1 because
Yeah, dude.
from
They've been
practice and
they've been conditioning
preseason.
every goddamn day,
Yeah.
and you
Wow.
don't do that in the NFL,
Right.
Like, especially
Or at least you
especially
rest-
a week before.
Well, yeah,
let's
I was
say
gonna
you
say at
rest.
some point you stop conditioning.
Yeah, you
you
need
know,
to-
because it's here, it's now. What we've been conditioning.
No, dude, you don't need
for.
legs. You willpower, bro. But to continue with the Bears, so like Nagy, rookie coach.
Exactly.
I think he got nervous.
It was a tall order, It was a tall order
Who's
right
your
off the bat.
defensive coordinator?
Vic Fangio.
I feel like he 100% lost the game for you guys, other than Nagy, because Aaron Rodgers can't walk. Why are you not blitzing?
Yeah.
And Khalil Mack, they're saying that he got tired. Why do you let him get tired? Why did you? He was supposed to be on a snap count, like a snap.
Played 70%.
70%. Yeah. So what is he gonna play next week? 100%.
When he wasn't. Well, maybe he worked out, but
He lifted shit.
Yeah,
Like he wasn't running.
Yeah, he didn't have the condition to be working.
Well, and it,
Yeah.
did you see him when after he scored the pick six, he had to so he scored the pick six.
I didn't
All
even
right.
think. Yeah, he had to run.
Already a
Tired.
tired boy.
Yeah.
Then had all other 10 other people jump and pile on him in the end zone. That doesn't help. And like when they panned to him on the sideline, it looked like he was gonna pass out. Like he was,
Yeah.
Like it's like get him oxygen, and I don't think they did. And then then on the Randall Cobb play, he was the only person that ran from the line of scrimmage after Randall Cobb.
He was the only one that
for-
touched him.
But to be fair, blame Vic Fangio for that, because why the fuck did you drop Khalil Mack into coverage on that?
Yeah, I've
On what planet is
Yeah.
you drop anyone else?
Or is not only that, but is he even ready for that? Like literally, that's
Yeah.
that's what all the discussion was. Where it's like have Khalil Mack in, but literally have him on the basis of get him.
Unless, I mean, thinking about it now, what if it was because he was tired? Because I know on that play it showed he went like jammed the tackle and then kind of like
Yeah,
just dropped
But
off.
but there was
But
no,
then I guess
there was
why would he
no-
sprint
there
the
was
entire
no
field?
one over there.
Yeah.
And yeah, right. Like if you're tired,
yeah, and
why
why
are you
would he-
sprinting 70
I'm gonna-
yards
I'm
after
gonna
Randall
debunk
Cobb?
myself right now. Yeah, if he was
Yeah.
tired, why would he have then? Because he was the only player to like touch Cobb,
yeah.
and it was at the end of
It
the
was
play.
this 2-yard line. Yeah. And the creme de la creme of the Bears organization being a failure for the game was that why did you guys even sign Fuller? Like the
Yeah.
Packers offered Fuller a contract to bait you guys into giving Fuller the contract,
we
because
No, I realize that.
I can promise you that if you guys
Good.
would have signed Fuller, he would have been cut this offseason or traded away to the Browns
could see
rather
it.
than Demarius.
I can see.
Or like the Dolphin or
Yeah,
something.
like he would have been used for trade bait or cut.
Yeah.
Because
I think-
the only reason in my head, the only reason why you guys offered him a contract is because the Bears like, shit, we can't give him our best corner. It's like, well, you can. Please just do it, and you guys will be better. It's like addition by subtraction.
and it was always weird that we made that contract like way too good. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, what team would choose to turn unless they really hated Fuller and were just like, get out of here? But no team would do that to like your rival team. Just be like, here. So it was like, was that sneakily
It
one
100%.
of
It had
one
to.
of
It
Goot's-
100% was.
one of Goot's best moves this season?
I think it was. I think the Bears got baited by.
No, we
by
got
the
we got
Packers.
hooked like a fish, and now we have this guy named Kyle Fuller who
He's
on
another
some of
Chris
the biggest
Conte.
plays or just flat out drops the game-winning interception.
Well, because what? Then
which-
they scored the touch. They scored a touchdown on him, and he
To be fair, he had really good coverage on that play, though.
No,
It
still
was.
scored.
I mean, yes,
He
you're
still
right.
scored a
Aaron
touchdown.
dropped probably like one
No,
of
I
the
think they
most
scored
gorgeous
two. I think they
passes
scored
I've
2
seen.
touchdowns on him.
Was it? I know
Yeah,
one was on
I'm pretty sure.
Amukamara because they picked on Amukamara the whole
Well,
drive. That
oh-
was
oh,
when
yeah.
you were
He-
like, "Why is he stepping
I was
back?"
No,
freaking
yeah.
out
Yeah,
that
that's I noticed
drive.
that it was
Yeah.
Devontae would walk 10 yards or 8 yards and then turn around, and Amukamara would be 15 yards off
Just
of him.
stop and then
It's-
like leap back right
Just
away. As
leapt
Devontae
back and I
moved.
would-
Well,
I
but
just
like
kept
I'm wondering,
losing
like,
my
why the hell are you
mind.
so far away from Devontae Adams? He's not gonna outrun.
I was gonna
anybody.
say, dude, like, are they somehow scared of Devontae this year?
Well,
But, like,
do
I
the
don't-
Bears not run a cover 2? Like, do you not have a safety just there to play safety?
That was the funny thing. The whole time, the second half, they played one safety. Aaron Rodgers hasn't seen that shit in years. They've
Well,
been
and
playing two safeties.
I'm wondering, where did the other guy go? Because they weren't blitzing. They weren't getting any pressure on the quarterback.
I mean, you are right.
Aaron
That is
Rodgers,
right.
Aaron Rodgers could not move,
Because
and you guys didn't blitz.
that was
That's
the
why I
one
think Vic
thing I
Fangio
noticed.
lost you guys the game
It was
because
just the one high safety kind of the entire time, and your guys' corners kind of like played back.
were you guys playing a 4-4? Like, were you playing 4 linebackers?
Because they're
A nickelback the whole time? Like, what the hell? The poor play calling on the defensive end for sure. Because you can't let 24 points go up in the second half and think it's not bad play calling.
Yeah,
They-
see
they
that's
had
just
that
the
game.
thing. Yeah, that's what makes it so much worse. Like if you look at it as a whole, it's like yeah, but the first half we played good. It's like right, but then the second half we allowed Aaron Rodgers to throw for
But see,
almost
the
300
the
yards or
thing
something
is,
crazy like
what
that.
was it? It was yeah,
Yeah, that's
15 minutes of
like
play.
it was
That's-
like
that's
two
insane.
250 or
it was
something.
just the
Yeah.
dagger to the heart, and it's so funny because I I saw the lights closing in and just having you Packer fans. No, it's totally fine. Don't even sweat it.
I mean, I said that when Rodgers got hurt. I looked at you and I'm like, if
Yeah.
Rodgers comes back
No,
out,
he's
you're
wait,
losing the
I
game.
know, and I looked at you and I said, "Yeah," and
he's
sure
like, I
enough,
don't- and you're the Packer.
you
the Packer
guys
fans.
were the only ones
the,
sitting
the,
here.
the non-Packer fans
I
are the
was
ones just, oh,
entire-
we're so screwed.
Cobb scored the touchdown, and I was like, dude, the Bears just showed that they can grind out fucking 2 minutes and get a field goal. Like, defense, please do something. Because it was still, I could see the game slipping for as much as Aaron Rodgers' heroics were. Like, Jordan Howard. Just.
Yeah, and I thought that, and then I didn't see the Clay Matthews launch at Mitchell Trubisky. I still need to see the highlight of that.
It was especially dirty because he had his head up the entire time. Like, saw him release the ball, head was still up, and then went down to get the hit. Like, to specifically like, target his helmet. Like, it was helmet to helmet. That's why it was like, isn't that like an ejection now? I don't know.
About to say, yeah, because literally somebody just got ejected for that this week.
That's what I'm saying. And it was like,
for the exact same thing,
Like,
basically.
he launched himself. I could even see them ruling it launching, where he specifically
Put it
went
up on the
down.
screen for you, bud.
Oh, here we go.
We're going to the
Oh.
screen, folks. You guys won't be able to see this because I think there's probably a copyright thing. But
You'll be able to hear it and our reactions.
all right. So we're gonna put this up.
See, let's see this. I want to see my new star quarterback get demolished by Mr. Clay Matthews. Perfect. That's all we need.
Just waiting for it to load here. Showing we're
Our
currently
family
gonna
style.
show Calvin the play where Clay Matthews got called for roughing the passer in the late
Probably should have
minutes
been
of the
ejected.
game.
Like in hindsight, I wish I would have stayed to watch the end of the game, but I do think it's hilarious that it ended exactly how I thought it was gonna end. Anyway, I just didn't see the fine details. That's all.
Hold on, we change this shit.
Holding. We will. We're
Yeah,
gonna be bringing up the
disconnect here for a second. And what's this one?
such a great week upcoming.
This living room. I don't think this is living room. We're gonna figure it out.
It's the basement.
Like, maybe just throw it up on my phone and slide.
This is cool. This is cooler.
I mean,
It-
you're totally right.
If it
this
works,
is way
no,
cooler.
I can just load up the YouTube app because it's in my reach.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Unless I didn't. Kidding? Why would I?
That's a
why?
cute little cat picture. You know. I don't... Wish you all could see this. It's meg.
Yeah, this
Searching
is,
for device.
This is ridiculous. It makes me unhappy. This makes me an unhappy boy. Oh, there we go. I just had to allow it on here. Allow. There we go.
Perfect. All right, perfect people. We're
Okay.
just about.
Yeah,
we're
thank
just
you
about
for
ready to
putting
go.
up with this bullshit.
Right, this terrible.
This is Must need it. This is gonna be quality content.
I was
here, folks.
literally, those were going to be my exact words. This is quality content. All right, here we go. Here's the hit.
Watch. Oh, you are doing the opposite of what I want you to do right now.
Want to replay it real quick?
Yeah.
is it gonna
Imagine if
replay-
you were paying attention the first time.
Oh my god.
They'll show it. They'll show it.
Wow.
I'm sure in
from-
some sort
from
of
what I
slow motion
saw-
effect. And it's sad too because that's our rookie making a really good play on the ball there
Yeah.
too.
Oh, Rodgers looks furious. Oh my god. Wow. Wow.
Look at this shit. This is gonna blow your
Like,
goddamn
I
mind.
saw it in full time in real speed, which looked bad, but it was
Oh,
going
it's-
just
it's-
off the
it's
screen.
Dude, it looks
Terrifying.
worse.
It's
way
terrifying.
worse in slow.
Clay Matthews doesn't even look like he's mad. He knows what he done.
Look, fucking ball gone. Fuck you.
It's like
Oh,
a full second that
jeez.
he's looking at him with the ball gone. And release 1, 2,
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you- like,
Oh,
what the
yeah.
fuck
like
is
1.5
that?
seconds, dude.
I
That's
just
bad.
Yeah.
oh
that's-
man, just seeing Rodgers' face after that with the giant eyes was like, he is upset
Did
right
you
now.
guys see the post game interview with Aaron Rodgers where he looks high as fuck?
I gave
Yeah.
him all of the cortisone.
But see, that's not what cortisone does. That's the opposite of what it does. I mean, I'm surprised the NFL didn't hand him a cup. And cuz like that was bad. Do you see how big his goddamn eyes were?
Mm.
Dude,
Yeah.
the glossiest of eyes.
Like yeah, and,
They
and,
were, it's like he had quarters.
and to the chat's point right now, because I know they're talking about it with Aaron Rodgers. Like he looked high right there, but like there's I know what he looked like when he was looking like that. Like, but he actually had like a somewhat smiley face. Once the flag was thrown after Clay Matthews
Yeah.
delivered that hit on Trubisky, that was a very different look. That was like a, what have you done? Like,
It was it's like I'm never making another commercial with
Yeah,
this
that
guy
was-
again.
yeah, right. And no more knocks on the door for you,
That-
Clay
That
Matthews.
could have been the game right there because that was 4th down.
No, 100% would have
And
been. It was the game.
And our rookie made a really good play on the ball too.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you doing?
No, yeah, that would have been it. And then we got our drive extended. Granted, meant nothing, but
Unfortunate, but you know, all right. Let's I feel like we've hated on the Bears enough, but you know,
still supporting. By the way, the Packers' next run at Soldier Field not going to be the same. It's going to be very different.
see the only issue I have
Yeah, we're
with
gonna play 4 quarters.
yeah, see, the only issue
Yeah,
I
guess
have
what?
with that is that you guys
You'll get-
scored 10 points because Deshaun Kaiser came in,
Yeah,
and it like yes, it was already 10-0, but 10-0's a hell of a lot different than 20-0.
oh yeah, no, it's funny that you say that because I did think that, like as far as like the first half goes,
Yeah.
because I was like, well,
Like
without the
Rodgers
pick
didn't look
six,
good.
I mean, we really only scored 10 points. That's really not that great for an offense in one half. I mean, that's okay. But if you're talking about winning a football game in the NFL nowadays, you want to be scoring at least 28 points. Like in your mind, like that's like a good number to get to at least.
I was really surprised at how our defense like held up, like knowing that you guys are so good with the run like that. I think our defense 2 years ago, there's like 3 40-yard rushes with Jordan Howard up the gut, you know, whereas we contained it to at least like 8-yard gains.
Yeah.
And with the whole having to score 28 points, when you have a defense that only allows 15 points a game for like the last like 3 years, 4 years, you don't need to score 28. You just got to score 16.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's
Perfect,
true.
you bastard.
Hey, man. We built from within. The Bears are where we were 4 years ago. You know? They have a great running back, a young QB who won't be the QB when they get good, and then a great defense. You just need to draft some wide receivers, but I guess your weapons now aren't bad. But you know, maybe develop your own talent.
Robinson looked good.
But yeah, I mean, the Packers are on their way out. The Bears are on their way up. The Vikings are in the window currently,
Yeah,
and the Lions. Fuck.
yeah, they're not even looking
Get
at
the
the window.
fuck
Yeah,
outta
they're
here.
not even
They're
looking at
their-
the
outside.
their
looking
window
into
was
the window apparently.
never ago.
Which I thought there was a good chance it was this year,
I
but
thought
I thought so too. I thought that they might have showed up a little bit more, and like there's still time. I was thinking the same thing as far as like the Steelers, where it's like they could pull a Saints on us, where it's like they do bad for the first game or two, and then they go on a run
Very
and
true.
win 5 out of 6, and
First few games.
then Le'Veon Bell comes back week 10 or something like that, and then they're really cooking.
knows
Like
now?
you know what I mean? So
Speaking of, Le'Veon Bell, go to our overperformers from week 1. James Conner. Like, what the fuck? Le'Veon, like, did you see that they rescinded the tag? They rescinded it. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, what does that mean? For
yeah,
him then?
I'm not sure
Does that make
exactly
him
what
like
that
a
means.
Free agent or some shit?
I don't
Do they have rights?
I
to
think they
him
have
first?
rights. I think they have rights.
I would
to
think
it.
it's something like that.
But yeah, everything I saw is that they rescinded the tag. But I mean, they might they might slap like a transition tag on him.
That's no, because the one year they did that to Josh Norman, he became a free agent.
Let's Google
Then
it.
again, they rescinded the tag like during
March,
free
yeah.
agency, not during the year. So maybe they're.
Le'Veon Bell.
I actually have a note in here that if the Packers were to somehow pop off a trade for that Psalm bitch,
Le'Veon?
yeah, that'd be a spark.
Hey, the first thing in
That would
Le'Veon Bell
be
news is that the
too
Packers and
scary.
Steelers should
That
work.
would be
The first thing in the
awesome.
thing is the Packers and Steelers should work out a Le'Veon Bell trade. We said that last week.
Oh God, no.
We were just talking about that.
I mean, it makes
was,
the most sense.
It was always we drafted Eddie Lacy that year. We didn't have a chance to I guess if we took him with our first pick, we had a chance to get Le'Veon.
Yeah.
But like realistically, he was a second round player. We didn't have a chance to get him. Pittsburgh got him. But it's always that was the player. It's like, man, what if we got him and they took Eddie Lacy and somehow Le'Veon fell to us instead of the other way around? Man, that offense for those years would have been insane.
Okay. So
yeah,
they
you're so right.
didn't rescind it. They removed him from the depth chart.
Okay.
I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, right. So they're just not acknowledging him.
Yeah. I mean, they're like, hey, man, we don't give a shit. You'll sign this and come, and like the Steelers are gonna be petty when he shows up. It's gonna be 100 touches a game.
Dude, or
Yeah,
either
right.
that, or are they gonna put him like 4th on the depth chart?
No, because they're paying him $15
Yeah,
million.
that's true. They're paying him
They're
way
gonna
too much.
they're gonna make him touch the ball every
Dude, how
play.
hilarious would it be? One of those the longest yard kind of deal where he he comes back in and then his O line just doesn't block
Dude,
for him.
stands-
Oh,
They
yeah,
just-
right.
They
I can
just
see
let
that,
the
too.
rush come
First
through
play?
and exactly and just smoke them. Because I know they were all tweeting stuff that
They were
how is
doing
this dude not
they were,
showing up?
I guarantee you that they never say another word about Le'Veon Bell though. After tying with the Browns,
Yeah, no,
never.
no.
Speaking of the Browns defense, they were a bright spot.
Yeah.
Good. Denzel Ward with 2 interceptions.
He looked great. I was worried about him where it's like, oh, we're gonna he's gonna be compared to like Bradley Chubb or even like Saquon. Maybe they should have taken Saquon first. Baker with the 4th pick,
Right.
but
They looked good.
Denzel, he looked like he was the 4th
A
pick. in the draft.
revelation for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Myles Garrett was amazing. Holy fuck shit.
On that same note, the Jets defense looked insane too against the
Dude,
Lions.
They're like my
it's-
overperformers of the week.
Yeah, the Jets I mean the Jets overall.
Are you gonna be the captain of that bandwagon?
I might have to start drumming that. Yeah,
They
that
used to be
thing
my
up.
AFC team.
Yeah.
I was
By
a
the
fan-
way-
I was a fan of them for a while.
Am I the only one that thinks that the Jets quarterback Darnold looks like Chucky more than
No, definitely.
looks way more like Chucky
Definitely.
than Gruden does?
yeah.
People are like, oh, John Gruden looks like Chucky. I'm like, yeah, and then all of a sudden I saw this guy. I was like, no, Darnold is Chucky.
Looks like John had a encounter with his mom at some point.
Yeah, literally.
Oh
Just-
goodness, I'm tired.
Yeah. Anyways,
Brandon, who are your top performers, man? Who are your overperformers?
Honestly, they lost, but I'm gonna give them credit where credit is due. The Raiders looked better than I thought they were going to.
yeah.
They eventually lost, but I'm gonna put that on Carr because he threw some of the most horrendous interceptions
Three.
I've seen.
3, in fact.
And especially the ones towards the end there, where they looked like they were leading going into the second half, which insane because they have a great run game. What it looks like,
Dude,
and if Carr can get those interceptions cleaned up, they might actually be a
he had some
team.
horrible throws. But Jared Cook, former Packer, lit it up. 9 catches,
Yes.
a $180.
Yes, he did.
Like-
I'm always glad to see that, honestly.
Now the reason why the Raiders are not overperformers for me is that they just set the record for the most penalties in the first half.
That was horrendous. And you'd think with
150 yards, I think.
with Gruden there, you'd think that it would
Yeah.
be the opposite of that, where they
No,
insane to
because
me.
if you're an undisciplined coach, you're gonna have an undisciplined team, and that
Yeah,
team
but you-
sucked last year. And bringing in a bad coach is not gonna make them better. He's getting
He's
paid
turning me
$100 million,
around.
Brandon. 10000000000.
He's the reason they couldn't sign Khalil. They're giving him that money.
Could you imagine if coaches counted against the salary cap? How fucked the Raiders would be forever.
Yeah.
I mean they're something. I'm
So interesting if coaches did. You have to find some sort of scheme where coach a lot, but
Right there,
that would be a whole
coaches' apprentices would be worth way more. We could get that guy who was trained by him. It's not quite him, but he's like
Exactly.
pretty
Belichick-
much the same
Belichick.
ideas.
a lot better than I thought. Which I had them doing decent, but they looked sharper than I thought
Adrian
offensively.
Peterson, 26 carries, 96 yards, touchdown,
They swallowed the Cardinals.
24-6.
They
They didn't even score
swallowed
6
them.
until the end of the game to let the fourth
Yeah.
quarter.
How about them Dolphins actually winning a game?
I was
What?
gonna say half of our predictions from week 1 were just
Yeah.
flat out
Yeah.
wrong. In fact, probably more than half of them were wrong. Like the Buccaneers, the Dolphins.
Maybe yours.
I mean, we all agreed on most of the
Yeah,
stuff.
no.
Yeah, with the exception of
Especially with the Bucks and the Dolphins.
one-
Pretty sure we were universal on those. We got dunked on.
Yeah,
was
no,
gonna
a
say.
lot of my picks were wrong, just because the Doyle guy dropped or fumbled the ball for the Colts inside like the
Right,
20-yard
Bengals
line.
looked good.
They didn't look good. They were
Yeah, okay.
they
you're
were
right.
a fumble.
They looked better than I
It
thought
was
they
a
were
fumble
going to.
6. So it was 20. It was what 27-23, and the Colts were inside the red zone with a chance to win the game and just didn't. The Dolphins. How about I don't know if you guys knew this. Longest game in NFL history.
really.
The Dolphins Titans. It was delayed twice. It was
Really?
like a 12-hour game. I think it was 8. They started at noon our time.
They delayed in the middle of it.
They delayed it at the right after kickoff, and then again. They had 2 lightning delays. They were like the first lightning delay was like an hour and a half. Second lightning delay was like 3 hours.
That played into some of that with the.
I mean, dude, Chris Carter, it was his first game commentating.
Oh yeah.
And he got there at like 9 in the morning and left at like 10 at night. Like,
What a
fuck,
long day for him.
dude, fuck that.
Just to be talking all day, basically.
Right.
Shit. What for me, the Giants, Eli Manning, man. What? You were right.
He just
No, I mean
flat-faced
Saquon
over
looked
here.
good. Odell looked good. But
I've been saying for the past week too, as I love them getting Saquon, right? I love Saquon. They're gonna regret not picking a quarter.
I mean, well,
There's too many good
I mean,
ones.
just look across town. They had Sam Darnold there.
That was my pick for them, Sam Darnold.
made sense.
because he was my rookie quarterback coming out.
No.
Where I was like, that's
Yeah,
the
no,
guy.
it made sense. Like it was gonna be Browns quarterback, Giants quarterback, Jets quarterback, Browns Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
And like that's how the draft
Which
should have
I
gone.
don't think it's a bad pick at all that they got Saquon.
No, he's
I
gonna
s-
be a Hall of Famer. Like
I
he's
s-
awesome.
I still think they're gonna look back at that draft
Well,
and be like, man.
it's like what a lot of people on TV and on web series and stuff where they're talking about it. They're living in the past.
Yeah.
It's like Eli's got you 2 Super Bowls, and I get it. You want to cling to that, and I would too. He's got you 2 Super Bowls, and he was probably the MVP in those Super
And
Bowls.
I get the thinking too, where it's like, well, we'll just get him weapons, We'll get him weapons that'll extend his longevity. But it's
I think it's more so of because like he's always been a mediocre to bad quarterback, except for the years that he wins the Super Bowl. So I think they're in the back of all the Giants fans' mind. It's like maybe this is another one of those.
Yeah,
years.
maybe this is another one of those
You know,
wild card
and
get in
it is-
years.
and it is
Yeah,
always
Exactly.
they turned it on at the end, and
Yep.
they're like the Packers,
might.
where they
And
turned
you-
it on.
And they only lost by 5 to the second best defense in football.
No, you're damn
And,
right.
And their defense looked good. but I mean that's against Blake Bortles. So Jacksonville is not going to be a good football team. One, if like I think the Giants are going to be good, but you guys both think the Giants are going to be bad, and if you're only beating by the Giants by 5, and that's not, and it took what? Eli only threw 1 pick, I guess. Actually, what the like? How did they lose? It was just a low. It was just 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
Yeah,
like
I think
everywhere.
it was just a lot of like missed throws by Eli World.
He was 23 of 37, so over 50. That's like 60,
Okay.
That's like 60-something%.
He did better. I just maybe I don't know because I didn't actually watch all of the game.
I didn't
but
either.
I read a lot of articles where it was like Eli's not looking. Maybe he was just missing, not necessarily missing open receivers,
Yeah,
but
no, I get it.
throwing them almost. Well, that better as a touchdown.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Should
Dude,
we
I'm
get
so tired.
Should we get into some of the week 2 predictions?
Not yet.
Okay, I was gonna say, what do we got to go through yet?
I mean, we still have more overachievers, man.
Who overachieved more than this?
The Chiefs.
Yeah, they did really well.
Tyreek Hill, Hill looked like he could win the MVP this year.
I'm kicking myself
For not
ass
drafting me too.
because I thought the
Yep.
Magic
He was
would
there.
still be
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and I'm still surprised they have him running punts and shit. Still, I thought for
Mhm.
sure they'd be like, can't risk this guy going
Right.
out on offense. We're not putting him on the most dangerous play in
But
football.
we can risk him almost getting a return. Just-
And the final one is of course Fitzpatrick.
Oh yeah,
We talked about him earlier, but
Yep.
just to highlight again,
Lit it
fucking
up.
he 417 yards, 4 touchdowns.
was it in the dome too? New Orleans?
Buccaneers at Saints?
Okay, that's they don't lose a lot there.
right? No, that's tough. That's tough to go into that.
Well, and the thing is, Drew Brees had a good game. Drew Brees is 37 of 45.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
440 yards.
he
and
got me a
3
lot of points on
touchdowns.
fantasy. He got me a lot of points on fantasy.
5,000 yard.
Yeah, but he doesn't matter. Michael Thomas went off. That was
Yep, I've got him on fantasy.
Purdue. All right, so let's go into week 2, starting with tomorrow. Ravens Bengals. Ravens.
Yeah.
Ravens. The Bengals
Ravens
got
all
lucky
day.
to beat the Colts. Ravens. Yes, it was the Bills, but Jesus Christ, I feel like Des Bryant's probably regretting not signing that contract with Baltimore now.
You know, if he tries to go back, they're gonna be
Absolutely.
like, "Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he already
Etcha-
tried to go back.
etch a 0 off that for us."
We're gonna they ripped that
Just
up.
rip up the check right in front of him. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't really think Joe Flacco looks good. Contract year, he might win the fucking Super Bowl again and get another contract.
Skip Bayless said the exact same thing that I said about Joe Flacco, and it made me laugh because it was like very recently. And he was talking about how Joe Flacco, when he's up, like the year he was up for contract, the Super Bowl year, like
Yeah.
when he's put up against the wall, like he plays phenomenal.
Mhm.
And it was funny because just phrased it the exact same way. Then I was like, great, now I have the same mind as Skip Bayless. Oh,
Yep.
right, can I be?
No, you just have
Not the right person to align
you're just
yourself
old,
with.
senile,
Right, and not looking
Alzheimer's,
good.
all that fun stuff.
It's like effectively Jerry Jones.
I will say this: Tom Brady is better than Michael Jordan was in his board. Just
Next game,
it's not true.
Panthers at Falcons. Shit, that's a big divisional game. Falcons are home.
I
Falcons
bet
are coming
scarred.
off of a big loss. Panthers coming off of a big
I'm
win.
going Panthers.
Panthers. I'm gonna say Panthers. I'm gonna say
Well,
Cam
I'm
Newton.
Panthers.
gonna go Falcons.
I like the
don't.
split.
There's no way they fuck up again inside the goal line that many times. There's no way.
I think Matty Ice is gonna ice himself.
I mean, Matt Ryan had a good game though. Still, like against the Eagles, he was fine.
Red zone. Just
Yeah, I mean, but
It's-
I don't think that ever. I don't think that ever happens again. If it does, their season's done. They're not gonna. They're not gonna win. They're gonna be 4th in their fucking division with Julio Jones.
with Julio Jones.
Don't make any goddamn sense. Put him on any team in football and they make the playoffs, except for the Falcons.
Please, just trade us to the Packers.
Nope.
Take Julio.
Give him 2 first-round picks. He's probably yours. I mean, dude. Honestly, why would he not? What are
day
the
of
what are those?
week.
You hope those picks turn into Julio Jones. Why not use them to just get Julio or Le'Veon or Earl Thomas or Khalil Mack? Any of these, there's never been a time where more Pro Bowl players, all pro players, have been available. Why are the Packers the only team with 2 first-round picks? What are you gonna do with those picks? You're gonna one of them,
Someone good.
One
I
of
really like Edward Norton
But see, the
coming
thing
out
is,
of
50% of first-round picks are good. 50% are out of the league in 3 years. So one of your picks are going to be on your team in 3 years. Julio will be on your team for 5 or 6. Le'Veon will be on your team for 5 or 6.
I think realistically they wouldn't trade.
For 2 first-round
I don't
picks
care
and a
if you
second,
threw 2 at. I don't want them for 2 first.
you're high as fuck.
Unless one of those picks isn't on the same year. Like if it's like a first this year, like
Both
and
your,
a first like the year after,
both
and then
your-
like a 6.
so both your first this year and a second the following year.
That I'd be more okay with. But I think eliminating like the first 3 picks of your draft is just handcuffing you too hard. You're skipping an entire generation there.
yeah,
You
no,
know what I'm
you're-
saying?
yeah.
Where you're just scraping at the bottom on that
Well, I mean,
generation.
Trying to get the slosh from the bottom of the
you could always
bucket.
trade back in.
I mean,
you
you're
know.
you're
The
right. Where
Packers do that.
and it was the same thing with the Khalil thing where it was like just like 3 though. Where I bet you any money we had like a somewhat similar offer to the Bears. And they probably went the Bears route because like
the Bears are
better,
gonna be worse.
better
Yep.
picks. And it's like, I can see why it was like,
But see,
you need the
thing
second
is,
this
the thing
year?
is, but if you're the Packers, and they're like, hey, I mean, we're leaning with the Bears right now. Their picks are just gonna be higher. And it's like, here, take our 3rd 3 years from now. Take our 4th next year. Who gives a fuck?
right, I wish I could have heard the contract.
Dude, I would to be a fly on
Give
the
us your
wall.
whole team. I'll give you the next 100 first round picks. Deal.
Hell, give us Clay Matthews, an expiring deal. Who gives a shit?
Dude, you know Gruden would be like Clay.
Exactly. Like, yeah, he would have been fine with him.
I can mold Clay.
I could train that caveman.
And then Clay just comes back on a cheap contract for next year for like $2 million, the vet minimum.
Where all
one else
Packers go
wants
to
him.
die.
Oakland, that's fair.
Yeah.
How'd Jordy do? Anything?
He was not looking good, and as much as I hated that, I also liked it because it's like, a big F you to all the dumbasses, the not smart football fans that were like, we could have kept the Jimmy got the same money, and it's like, because Jimmy's like kind of a better player.
Well, I mean,
at
Not
the
to mention
moment.
Jimmy's 3 feet taller.
Yeah,
Well, the thing
Exactly.
is, though, you could have kept both. You could
We
you
could-
could have both
we
got Jimmy
could've.
and kept Jordy, because Jordy would look better with Aaron Rodgers. And dude, listening to like Skip Bayless talk, where he's like, "How many Pro Bowl wide receivers has Aaron Rodgers had? 4. Tom Brady's only had 1. I mean, Devontae's great. Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson's like, they wouldn't have been good. They played with Favre and then Rodgers. If you were a good quarterback, you would have more Pro Bowl wide receivers. That's how that works. So that's why Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady. Hot take.
He elevates all of his wide receivers.
Everybody. He made Jermichael
Yeah.
Finley a Pro Bowler, didn't he?
I mean, we have shown, especially with our wide receivers, after they try leaving Green Bay, they don't have.
I was about to say and honestly, it's like I feel like the similar things happen with the Patriots too, where like they get receivers that are really good, they go somewhere else, they're not nearly as good.
like Greg Jennings. He didn't really.
He came to the Vikings with
Yeah, but,
Christian
like,
Ponder.
I get he didn't have any.
Yeah, and then went to the Dolphins.
I was gonna
with
say, he's
Ryan
yeah,
Tannehill.
Done from the
But
start.
like James Jones, he came back
And
and
looked
did something,
amazing.
and then like nothing after the fact.
I can't believe James Jones returned. Like in my nightmares.
Dude,
No, honestly, the real nightmare was when
touchdowns that year.
Tremont Williams.
I think he led the year in touchdowns. that
When
year.
Tremont Williams came back to the Packers, I was like, no.
Bring back Al Harris.
The-
Captain
because that would be
bait
like-
and switch.
That would all of a sudden be like, the Bears just got back Charles Peanut Tillman, and I would be like, what just happened?
Brian Urlacher coming out of the Hall of Fame to suit up again.
Just,
He looks like a thumb.
he
He's
looks,
back.
hey, but he has hair now.
Well, he said if he ever played again, he'd shave it again.
So
Because his
funny.
bust for the Hall of Fame doesn't have hair.
Aries.
All right, next game. Chargers Bills. Chargers have to win this one, right? Joey
Yeah.
Bosa is going to be back. The Bills might be the worst team in football. We were off a little
I
bit.
don't know. They got Josh Allen starting this week.
Yep. Goodbye. He might get benched for Nathan Peterman, which is ridiculous to say.
They might actually try and give Tyrod Taylor a
call.
on the sideline. Come back to us, please. We
Uh,
mistraded you.
I think we're all pretty unanimous on that one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Next game. Game of the week. Vikings Packers. Skull. Let's go Vikings. Fuck you.
I'm gonna take.
What kind of fan is this?
I'm trying not to get it in my head. Like, there's a chance that we win, right? There's a chance, but we have to play like.
What is it? What is your path to victory?
Okay, say here's how we win.
Yeah.
The only chance we have at winning is like 3 things that need to happen, right? Our O-line needs to play their fucking minds out like they did in the second half of this last game
Hmm.
and fucking win those one-on-ones.
And hope to God that the Vikings don't blitz.
Exactly.
Like Anthony Barr, Kendricks, Harrison Smith, perhaps.
See, but here's the thing. Even if they do, and there's another part of the blocking, it's like Mercedes Lewis needs to step up in the blocking department.
Did
then
he play?
I don't think he. I saw him on the field a couple times. I think it was mostly for like run blocking. So it's like
okay.
it's like if he's in the, I'd assume we have him in there a decent amount if you guys start blitzing a lot, right?
Yeah.
And Jamal Williams was pretty good at picking up pass protection. Like, he's probably the best one out of our halfbacks.
Yeah.
Where Ty is pretty good at it, but Ty gets ran over.
Now, question. What are you gonna do about not being able to throw to Devontae Adams?
I was gonna say the receivers also need to play their fucking
They
minds
need to get
out.
open
Yeah,
somehow.
like, and not like Devontae. You can have him most of the game. He can, like, I hope he gets like 2-3 catches. You know, like those the cheeky ones. But like Geronimo Allison needs to like have another great performance.
He's
Like,
gonna-
he needs to add on
the
to
issue.
this week one,
He's gonna be guarded by a rookie, Mike Hughes, who looked incredible.
and hopefully Allison can teach him a few things, but not really. Like show him how to not do things. And I mean, hopefully Cobb actually did good this last
Yeah,
week.
Trey Wayne. You know,
He
him and Trey
actually-
Waynes. That's a good matchup.
Yeah, he actually looked like he has that like speed and quickness back.
I think that
made
matchup
him
decides the game.
exactly.
If Trey Waynes can keep Randall Cobb under 100 yards receiving,
My key to the game actually, and I
Ooh.
think you guys will be good at defending Jimmy Graham. But if Jimmy Graham can somehow have a good game, and you guys need
Mhm.
to bring like a safety or even a corner to him, and not be able to cover him with your linebackers, I think that opens up a lot too. I think that's my key.
question.
What's up?
Did you see how hard Andrew Sandejo is hitting motherfuckers?
I didn't.
Oh, I thought he was gonna be ejected. Like every single hit, like because Jimmy Garoppolo would just lay his receivers out to fucking dry,
and it,
and all of a sudden you get hit by 2 white safeties, and dude, I thought he broke the rules, like the new rules. Every single hit, it terrified me. It just, dude, good boom, and you'd see it's like, no, his shoulder into his chest, perfectly fine. But it, like, he knocked, I think, 4 balls out from just hitting motherfuckers as hard as
See,
he
and it's
possibly
like-
can.
That's why I say, like, on paper, you guys cover Jimmy Graham, right? Harrison, Sandejo.
Jimmy Graham
Eric
might get his back
Kendricks.
broken.
But if Jimmy can go on and get those
Yeah.
catches and stuff, and you guys have to start maybe bringing extra people to him, because I saw the Bears did that. The Bears, like, made sure Jimmy Graham wasn't, like, part of it.
I
Like,
think
they took him away, it seemed like.
I think
Yeah.
I think how you take Jimmy Graham away, and this is probably the biggest key to the game, you can't let the Packers get in the red zone. It's gonna come down to, get him to the 30, and because Jimmy Graham isn't gonna beat anybody for 30 yards.
Yep.
20 yards though, he could slip out and he could get
Yep.
just find open space. So if the Packers have let's say under 3 or under red zone trips, I think the Vikings win. If the Packers have 4, 5, 6, 7 red zone trips, Huh.
Right,
Probably. I
that's
don't
getting-
think we're going to win a shootout. Our team is by far more talented at every single position other than quarterback and offensive line.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those are the only two spots that you guys are better at it. But that's a pretty good fucking thing to have.
Yeah, and it
Right.
and it just so happens to be that those good things can kind of counteract all of those other good things. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like those are like the two good things you'd want to have to go against that type of team.
Right.
Which it's like we have the potential to win. I don't see us winning on paper, but it's a possibility.
It depends. It really depends on Rodgers' health.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
if we find out Friday that Rodgers is doubtful and it just doesn't play, it's 100-0.
It's 100-0.
If it
What-
isn't 100-0,
Something went wrong.
like and Kaiser does something like
If I'll say it now, and you guys can hold me to this. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't play and Deshaun Kaiser does, and Deshaun Kaiser beats the Minnesota Vikings, I will no longer be a Minnesota Viking fan. I will no longer do this podcast. I will no longer watch football. That's the end of it. There is no God at that point.
you're gonna like move to Ohio.
I'm gonna move to North the fucking Dakota.
God.
fuck everything.
Scottsdale.
Arizona?
Jail.
I don't want to be a Cardinal fan.
Yeah, we gotta move. You gotta move somewhere that has nothing. to do
North
with
Dakota,
football.
Montana, Idaho, the shitty states. Hot take.
Hashtag calling everyone out.
Texans, Titans. Texans.
Texans. Yeah.
Brown Saints.
Saints.
Let's go Browns.
Let's go Saints.
Browns have a better record right now.
When the Saints go
I'm gonna
marching
go with the
in,
Browns.
a Scooby Doo, a
I just
Scooby
that
Doo.
Browns
Wait, what?
defense is.
Oh, give me a
And-
break, and you don't think Drew Brees is gonna pick apart that?
I mean, honestly, I don't know if he will. Like that.
When the Saints go marching in.
That front is really good. They actually have some corners back there that are.
Demarius
Where is it? Is it in? Is it at?
at New Orleans.
Okay, I mean, I'm still standing by. I think the
Let's
defense can hold them
go.
just enough, and I think their offense can do.
Now the question is.
And they're coming off the high of not losing.
Please, for the love of fuck, Tyrod Taylor, you need to understand. Tyrod, I'm gonna talk to you. Tyrod, you need to understand that this is your last game. If you don't go out and beat the Saints, if you don't have, 250 to 300 to 400 yards, Baker Mayfield will be the quarterback for week 3.
You could run that and tell it, homeboy.
Fucking put that on a fucking whatever and
I'm
smoke
gonna
it.
use that as an inspirational poster.
I hope I do inspire you, man. I like you. You're a good guy. You're a great leader, and you're a good quarterback. Not great, but you led the Bills to the playoffs, so you have to be fucking good.
Now cut this shit and step it up.
35% completion percentage, bud. Not acceptable ever. That's like Donovan McNabb bad when he played the one game with the Vikings.
I remember.
You gotta fix it. Yeah, and he got replaced by Christian Ponder and couldn't get back on the field. You'll get replaced by Baker Mayfield, and you'll go back to Buffalo. Honestly, like no one else needs a quarterback. Maybe you'll go to fucking Miami. Actually, maybe the Cardinals, because Sam Bradford looked like dog shit. But other than that, this is your game, bud. That's it. You're done. You need to win this game, otherwise you are goodbye forever. Next game, Dolphins Jets.
Jets.
Jets. Jets. I'm all in on the Sam Darnold train.
I'm basically on it too. Like I think he's
Bro,
got a lot
I'm
of
Pat
fucking
promise.
Mahomes-
running the
Pat
train
Mahomes,
right now.
Sammy D. That's for me.
Give me
Bars.
that D.
Shit. Yeah, Jets. 100%. Dolphins, go fuck yourself. Sorry, you guys are 1-0. Congrats. That's your one win this year. Chiefs, Steelers. Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah, Steelers.
Definitely
Big Ben
Chiefs.
threw 5 fucking picks.
Yep.
Like, go fuck yourself, Ben.
Mahomes is gonna light him
Patty Mahomes looked good.
Patty cake, baker's ham.
She's out here fucking singing.
Just-
Eagles, Buccaneers.
Fly like an.
Fitzmagic. I'm in on the Bucks, folks.
You know what? I'll say it. Fitzmagic will beat Fool's Gold.
The Eagles.
I mean, yeah,
I'm going Eagles.
it makes sense.
yeah, Eagles is a logical choice.
The Eagles just didn't look good against the Falcons.
No,
And
they
the
didn't.
Buccaneers did look really good against the Saints. So, will lightning strike twice? Tune in next week to find out.
Or Sunday, just
Or
watch
yeah,
the game.
Sunday. Like, just have your phone near you. Colts, Redskins.
Redskins.
I got the Colts. I get it.
I think
They
it's
look
gonna be
good.
a tight game though.
I like the Colts are 1-0 if Doyle doesn't fumble. Like it's that simple. The Colts don't lose to the Bengals if he doesn't
Right.
give up a fumble 6.
Okay, so they gave up points. I was gonna say, but still, I feel like they
No.
gave up a lot of points to a Bengals team.
No,
that I
like
didn't
it was
think gonna be
27 to
that
23,
explosive.
which was more than it should have
Okay,
been.
all right.
But the dude or 26 to 23. So it was a
Okay.
3-point game.
Okay.
And Andrew Luck completed a pass to his tight end Doyle. I think James Doyle, whatever.
Okay.
And he coughed it up, and the dude took it to the house. And
Good
it put him
business.
it put him inside the red zone. It was like 18 yards away from touchdown. After if he would have just went down and not fumbled it. And Andrew Luck was looking good. Andrew Luck looked really good that whole
No, he
whole
did.
day.
I was looking. Highlights.
He was 39 of 53, 319 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he was slinging it,
God.
man. Yeah, so I think I just think the Colts are gonna do it. But I understand why you guys would think the Skins would. Adrian Peterson looked good. Adrian Peterson had a $166 for total yards. Like,
Their tight end play around with.
found 2.
He loves those.
Found 2 tight ends.
Back with his Vernon still
Yeah,
there.
Vernon's there.
Yeah, he does get the link
You
up.
got
back
Vernon
with
and Reed. That's ridiculous. Cardinals, Rams. Next question.
Rams.
Yeah. Lions, 49ers.
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 Niners. Yep.
Raiders, Broncos.
Broncos.
Yep. Broncos.
Patriots, Jaguars. Ooh.
Patriots.
Yeah,
Patriots.
I'll go Patriots.
Said the
yeah.
same thing I said week 1 against the Texans. The same thing's gonna happen. Gonna get smashed.
Yeah, Patriots are going to win by quite a bit, I think. I think all that shit talk that Jalen Ramsey was talking to Gronk's going to put up 300 yards. He might break the record.
Imagine if he doesn't though.
That'd be that would
Honestly,
that would fuck with his head for the rest of the year.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That'd be super.
I don't think you will.
No, I don't think
The
that
Gronk that
happens.
showed up last week is going to show up this week. Giants, Cowboys.
Ooh, you know what? That one's kind of a toss-up, but I'll give Eli the benefit of the doubt.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
dude,
Giants on that one.
the Cowboys are
I think
fucking
yeah,
horrendous.
I think the Cowboys are gonna sputter the wheels more.
He's got too many weapons.
Hey!
You know, as good
Dak?
as Eli is at Eli.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, no,
saying
yeah.
They have too
the
many
ta-
weapons.
the
to
talent
cover
around
over.
him is good enough to win,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
if he has a bad throw.
Exactly.
Last game, Seahawks, Bears. Fucking Bears, man.
Bears.
Bears are winning that game. Soldier Field.
Bears.
Night, Monday Night Football.
Oh, that's a Monday night, huh?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. That'll be a sweet Monday night.
All right. Let's go for our. Oh yeah, it's been a good amount of time already. Go for our. What do we call it? Fucking bold predictions. Bold predictions. Brandon, you have a little prop for us.
I do. The first prop here for this show, because I'm all in on the. Sorry if you get hit, by the way, Cal. The J, E, no, one, C, S, Jets. Sorry for you headphone
for
users.
all of the headphone users. Jesus
We're
Christ.
all in. Sorry, Kelvin, for getting showered in the Jets. But no, we're
And
going all
black
in.
dicks.
They're beating the Patriots twice this year.
Holy shit!
They are going into Foxborough and they're beating the Patriots.
Are they a playoff team?
And they're winning that division. This is gonna this is gonna be a flashback to what was it, 2011?
Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez, where they went into Foxborough and they won those games. They went into Foxborough in the divisional playoff, I
Are
think,
they making
and
it
won
to
that
the
game.
AFC Championship game?
I won't go that hard on the Jets' cock, but They're at least making the playoffs.
That is a bold prediction, sir.
They're at least. I'm riding the train.
How many wins if you had to guess?
I'm
10,
thinking
11.
they got to get 11 to win that
To beat the
division.
Patriots
I
out?
think,
Yeah.
and I think they win both of those games against the Patriots though. It's a really good defense,
Bold
and I think
prediction.
they got
folks.
the offensive tools. Maybe not the tools, but they got the quarterback to get it done.
I like it.
There's my bold prediction. Sorry, Calvin.
I like it. Calvin.
Well, if I had to spit something out bold prediction wise, I'm gonna go with the Broncos going deep in the playoffs. That's also for my buddy Brybread.
Jesus.
Deep in the playoffs, probably. Okay, not deep. Not that deep. Okay, you know. How about this? They get in the playoffs. They get in the. That's what we'll say. They get in the playoffs.
Team?
Yeah, wild card team. Wild card.
Question.
Yeah.
Did you see Case Keenum throw the football?
Not once.
I
did see they scored 27 points though, or whatever that
He had
was.
3 picks.
If he cleans those, up though,
You're right. If he cleans those up,
he has to though.
see the problem is with the Vikings, he didn't make those mistakes.
You're right. Totally right.
I don't know if he had 3 picks.
It's funny
as a
because
Viking
it's
until
like
the playoffs.
like when he was with the Vikings, he would make that bad throw every once
just
in a while,
wouldn't
but
be
when it wasn't picked off,
Yeah.
all of those bad throws were finally picked off.
Yeah, caught up with them. Bold prediction though. We'll see how it plays out for him as the year goes on. Maybe Case, doesn't win a fucking game other than the first one.
Right.
My bold prediction. I honestly didn't give any thought to this yet.
No, I put a lot of thought into mine.
You are
My thought is scattered all over the floor. The big black T-dicks over here still.
That was sick.
All right. My bold prediction. I mean, I'm pretty bold already. Like the Browns.
You
are
have
gonna
said some
win.
bold things
I'm a
already.
bold guy. My bold prediction is that I just gotta go. I gotta go look at teams.
Maybe something Patty Mahomes.
That caught my eye. That the Chiefs. Chiefs will probably represent the AFC in the Super Bowl this year.
You know who he reminds me of? When he came out of college, Brett Favre all day.
But see, the last person that was compared to Brett Favre was Jay Cutler, and we know what happened with his career.
I mean, he got the bad part of,
Yeah.
Brett.
No, I
Brett's
think I think the Chiefs are going
You
to
got the
represent.
Jekyll, not the
I don't know how
Hyde.
bold.
Yeah.
I don't know how bold this is, but I think the Chiefs are going to go to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Sorry,
that's-
Browns.
I mean that's pretty bold. I don't think anyone had the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl.
Just kidding. Browns winning the Super Bowl this year. Take it to the bank.
Your AFC Championship game is like if we flash back to like 2011, and you saw the Browns and the Chiefs in an AFC Championship
What
game.
the fuck?
You would probably think the future is banana sandwiches, and you'd probably kill yourself. Let's be
Right.
honest. Like there's no way.
Not to mention, who wants to watch that? That is.
Don't worry, they got better people like Patty Mahomes.
No, okay. Better. Realistic one. Bold, realistic. TJ Watt's going to tie the sack record this year.
Okay.
He's going to tie it. And
Okay.
he's already at 4.
He gets more than his brother.
Ooh.
Ooh, I liked that actually. Tijaj goes up above Jejaj.
TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, if he ties the sack record, you have to.
I mean, even after the first game, he's the reason why his team didn't lose.
Yeah.
Literally, he blocked that field goal.
And had 4 sacks. All right. What anything else for the class? Anybody?
I don't think. Do we have any questions?
Any questions?
Any questions in the comments?
I doubt it.
Okay. Sometimes we have one in there.
Yeah, no, I doubt it.
Just looking over. Yeah, no bubble dots appearing.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll see you guys next week, same time, same
Yeah, right.
place.
I'm
Yeah,
so
I mean,
excited.
football is back. Week 2, we're here. We're live. Bears are
Bears.
gonna win. Vikings are going to win. Packers are going to lose. Take it to the bank and smoke it. See you next week. Goodbye.
Next week.